Hello, everybody. I'm the Vacuuminator.
I'm Buster.
And this week in Toku, we're going to be talking about all kinds of Geatin', all kinds of Donnin', and all kinds of shit. Fuck! God damn it, Toei! You fucking revealed the new show right before we posted last week's episode. What the fuck? God damn it, I'm so fucking pissed off! Buster, how are you doing?
I'm doing better than him, I can tell you that. It's been a very chill week. Now, if you don't know, I don't celebrate Christmas, but it's been nice giving and just indulging in some sales and just chilling, you know? Is Vac okay?
I'm fucking doing good.
This guy is not okay. Okay,
I'm actually pretty good. It's been a nice, quiet, holly jolly Christmas. I'm continuing my trend of knocking action in figures over during the opening bit. You know, I got some cool stuff. I sent some people some cool stuff, and all around it was fun.
yeah. Did you get your Xbox controller yet? Just random question.
No, I ordered one on Tuesday. They said it would be here on Saturday, and then it got delayed to sometime between Sunday and Wednesday. So I'm just kind of twiddling my thumbs right now.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's big weather out there. I don't blame them for...
Yeah, I mean, if it doesn't get here by Wednesday, they said I'd be eligible for a refund, so I might just refund it on Thursday and then go to GameStop and get one.
Oh, frickin' Vac at a GameStop, what will he do?
I've been in plenty of GameStops toy hunting.
What will he do outside of toy hunting?
He will walk in, he'll go, bitch, give me an Xbox controller I can plug into my computer, and then he'll leave.
Will he tell them, like, to subscribe to Modular Media?
Ask about it. I am not that guy.
Okay.
I do that. I do that in my content. I plenty of times in my content will be like, "Hey, fucking check the shit out, do the YouTube things." But I'm not that guy in real life. I'm one of those guys where if you bring up the fact that I have a YouTube channel, first of all, I'm going to get mad at you. Second of all, I'm going to get very embarrassed. And third of all, I'll say I have a little, you know, I do stuff. I'm a little guy. It's my birthday. I'm a little birthday boy. Yes.
Can we get you the cake with some news?
But first, everybody, hey, support Modular Media, do those YouTube things, like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell in order to enable notifications to get every Modular Media release delivered right to your inbox. We got TWIT, we got No Prize, or at least we did. It's on break. It'll be back in the new year. We got components, and we got other special stuff that happens sometimes. A lot of that happening this month because we're getting the Modular Summit content out. Hey, go check out my lecture. It was a roaring success. Hey, go check out Boingo's lecture. It was a moderate success. Hey, go check out the toy hunt that's dropping tomorrow. Hopefully it'll be a decent success.
Yeah, toy hunt. Fun stories, fun times all around. It's a modular adventure.
Yeah. But, you know what else is an adventure?
News?
Yeah, a lot of fucking news this week. So we're gonna do our best to get through this until we hit the big thing. Then we're probably gonna spend like 20 minutes on just that. But first of all, there's some special dioramas based on certain scenes from old Godzilla films coming out. First of all, you have that time Godzilla and Rodan fucked. Then you have that time Godzilla was a skeleton.
I think
Hooray!
It's Spec and Godzilla, or just the original film. I don't know.
Maybe, I don't know. Also,
Hiya just both like laying down, like. Okay.
They're taking a nap. They're not fucking. They're being cuddle buddies is what they're doing. Yeah. And speaking of things I want to cuddle up with, Hiya Toys announced they're doing a Stylist Series Godzilla year exclusive figure based on Godzilla King of Monsters. It's the legendary design, but like in burning Godzilla colors.
That's a complicated name. I never want to hear anybody complain about Kingdom Hearts names ever again.
Oh yeah. It basically looks like Cheeto Godzilla.
I mean, hey,
like, especially with that big shot with the measurements. I'm just like, that has big Cheeto energy.
Well, you know who has like Blue Taki's energy?
That would be my boy Ultraman Z, and he's getting a Figuarts Zero. If you're not aware of what those are, they're statues. They're the statue line by the Figuarts team. And there's going to be a Z one that is Z doing his Zestium beam, and it's making the cool Z shape. I don't know what the fucking engineering had to go into making sure that would stand up straight, but I think it looks really cool, and I do kind of want it.
Same. I don't have Zetmer. Like, I think the only Ultraman toy I have is the Dark Orb Ring.
Yeah.
That doesn't even have sounds. It just like got a loose figure, like part role play toy of it. It's basically just a prop.
Yeah, well,
It's still cool.
Yeah. Anyway, let's talk about some Shin Ultraman news. Shin Ultraman is getting a 4K Ultra HD Steelbook in Japan.
April 12th, 2023. You can own it physically for those who resident in Japan. I'm pretty sure we'll get an American version sometime.
Mill Creek will come through for us eventually.
Eventually. I mean, they're about to finish like every Heisei Ultra series, basically. They've done everything up to Rube. The only thing they're majorly missing, besides like some spin-off stuff, but even then they're covering the spin-off stuff, is freaking like Taiga, which is like 2019. That's like the only Ultra series you cannot legally obtain in America, besides like the spin-offs of like Great and Power. It's
yeah,
so
and I mean, like there's Zet onwards, but that stuff's on YouTube, so
yeah. Taiga is the black sheep goose of this like Ultra collectathon Renaissance thingy, and even then,
Taiga more like who gives a shit, guy.
I mean, I heard Taiga was kind of like I'll judge it for myself, and
yeah, I haven't actually watched it, but like this looks like a nice box.
Yeah.
Hopefully our eventual box for the movie will look just as nice.
Yeah.
Could theoretically, because I know this won't have subtitles or the dub, but like, could we just order this? Could we watch this? Is region coding still a thing?
I don't know. I think PlayStation, like the Blu-rays, at least they don't have region coding. Could be wrong though, but I heard like in case like Blu-rays are more region from friends who import the.
Interesting.
I need to research into that. Speaking of Shin Ultraman.
Hey, yeah, you know what we can get over here? SH Figuarts Milfes is coming. He's gonna be a big special boy release. It's the Shin Ultraman version. You all know it. It's the tall, lanky, cool guy. He's got his beam effect. He's got his freaking double hand effect, which made me so happy.
Yeah.
And I love this thing. It looks so good. I really want it.
I want it, but if I'm gonna get it, I want to have like a.
Yeah, you gotta have the skinny mans hanging out together.
Yeah, you gotta get all the boys. Because freaking Zafi looking like scaring the shit out of Mephiles. That's still one of my favorite parts of the movie.
Friggin' my display would just be Ultraman and Mephiles fucking wrestling while Zafi T-poses above them.
Yeah, oh, that would be so good. I mean, they basically did something similar to that when they were like doing the time machine.
Yeah. But no, this release looks really good. I'm looking forward to seeing figure photography for it from people. And hopefully those who want it can get a hold of it. But that's it for Shin Ultraman news. Let's move into some new Ultra Show news. They're doing the clip show thing again.
Yeah. Like I don't like these, but like we get some new songs out of it, some like cute interactions in between clips. And also it's kind of like Tsuburaya, ever since Nexus got screwed over in the time slot, they've been kind of superstitious of keeping this time slot. And these clip shows help keep the time slot because they're filling in time. So it's,
and I mean like fair enough, but to people like me who are more casual Ultraman fans, this just feels like fluff that nobody asked for.
I can see that, but like, you know, as someone who like likes researching things, I find these interesting, and I do like hearing the new songs that come. There's some bangers from these clip shows.
Well, hopefully you enjoy something that comes out of Ultraman New Generation Stars, airing in January of 2023.
This one is specifically celebrating the 10th anniversary of the New Generation line.
Yeah. Hey. Regulos is getting another show.
Yeah, this
or
is
like a special.
This is like a prequel special to like the main Regulos Big Boy special is what I'm getting at.
It's called First Mission, and apparently it takes place directly after Destined Crossroads. Yeah,
this is gonna be 18-minute, like a prequel spin-off, basically a prequel to the big Regulos show that they're promoting as like the Ultra Galaxy Fight of 20.
Apparently, it's an extra episode, is what it is.
Yeah, it's basically just a special extra episode to promote this, and apparently, they're doing it. They did an early special screening like either today or tomorrow. By the time it's in like a Japan,
in a Japan land.
Yeah, it's called an Ultra Galaxy Fight Special Night Event at the Tokyo Dome Prison Hall for like if you want the specifics. But yeah, I can't. This one basically like I'm still kind of like I like the regular suits. I just need to be sold on the narrative. And I know like Koichi Sakamoto, like these Ultra Galaxy fights are more fan servicey, Like, this is like the first time they're trying to like an original thing with Sakamoto. So I hope that works
I
out.
still feel the same way I did back after we watched Destined Crossroads, where I'm like, I want to like Regulos. He seems like he should be really cool, but you've just given me no reason to outside of this guy seems like he should be really cool.
Yeah. Also, actually, speaking of Destined Crossroads, they've been starting to air that on YouTube. So if you missed it and you don't want to freaking binge it like they mistakenly did it to us, you can watch it. They're up to the Nexus part of the show, which is like that's like the Nexus part was the best part of Destined Crossroads. I'm a big Nexus shill. I'm sorry, but also, what you gonna do?
One day I'll join you.
Yeah.
But hey, Reboot's gonna be in this. I like Reboot.
Yeah, Reboot and like the Anime Ultra. That's good. The old Anime Ultras, not the mecha.
Mm-hmm. All the cool characters are gonna surround Reboot and go, look, don't you think he should be cool?
Yeah. Well, you mean Regulos?
Yeah. Regulos, Oregano, who fucking cares what his name is?
Want to enter the mirror world for some Kamen Rider news?
Yeah, we probably should have talked about this like a week or two ago, but hey, fucking Ryuga is getting a Figuarts standard.
Neat. Makes sense because of the Ryuki anniversary and the freaking him showing up in the new Geats movie.
Yeah. I like that he has two different visors.
Yeah, like that glow up effect was pretty cool when he had it, and it's nice to get Dragon Rider with him. I'm not sure if that's included in every Figuarts.
I think Ryuki came with Drag Rider.
Yeah, I could be wrong.
Yeah.
On to some more unfortunate news.
Yeah, so continuing on with the horribly depressing saga that is Yui Asakura's career. Apparently she applied to a new agency recently that was rather large and respected, and they rejected her, and within the same couple of days, the former agency that she worked for hired a lawyer and has prepared a lawsuit against her for defamation, I'm assuming.
And she apparently also deleted her social media.
I'm willing to bet she is either completely blackballed from the industry now because all the executives turned against her, or she is just like taking a calculated break from everything to deal with the lawsuit, and maybe we'll hear back from her in like a year or two. But honestly, this isn't too surprising. I made a tweet about this the other day when I saw some people going like, this is fucking insane and ridiculous. I'm like, first of all, I agree with you. It's fucking insane and ridiculous that this can happen in the industry. But also, like, it used to be extremely common in Hollywood, and we only just in the last few years started to change that. And Japan has always been like a decade or so behind us culturally. So it's probably still very much, if an executive doesn't like you, you can get screwed over there. And that really sucks. I feel really sorry for Yui. I hope nothing bad happens to her while she's dealing with this lawsuit and she can come back from it. Hopefully she can be the Brendan Fraser of Japan, but who knows?
Yeah, it just sucks. I really like, people talked about Johnny's like they were the only agency that did, but it's like, oh, they're all kind of shitty in their own ways. Oh, that's
yeah.
It's
not great.
Not great. Yeah, I just gotta hope for the best. Is basically that all we can do right now. This God, you put this in the worst possible slot because freaking I don't know what you talk about.
It's not my fault that right after that news came out, they announced that there's gonna be a George and Olteca TFCC special. But yeah, that's poor timing.
I mean, I'm excited for it, but also Jesus.
I hope it's just 10 minutes of them in that jail cell set, like having lunch, talking about their day.
And then, like, they'll just, like, then freaking a cameo comes in and they both, like, transform the...
Yeah. It's 10 minutes of talking followed by 2 minutes of suits.
Yeah, and maybe they could have a new shiny form to make an SH figure out of it.
Well, there is a new Olteca stamp that's coming in a set with the Get Over Demons, which, by the way, I forgot to put that in the news. The new form for Over Demons in the fucking Battle Royal movie is called Get Over Demons, and that's the best form name in the history of the franchise, I'll have you know.
It is, like, they improved the suit, they improved the name, it's all good. And Tabiki, see, this is why Tabiki should have been Over Demons from the start.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, there's gonna be I'll have to find this. I just realized I don't have a link for it, but There's going to be a Bandai premium set of a Vice stamp for that, and for an Olteca Kamen Rider form that they haven't shown yet, and will probably be in this, or is not actually happening.
I'll probably be in this. They teased this special like when Revice ended, saying, "Hey, if we get to this many followers, we'll do the special."
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. But hey, speaking of Toei, the fan club shit, streaming shit. Survive, old OhGer Survive is coming in Outsiders episode 1, and my boys, they did it. They continued the trend. Every Survive form looks like ass.
First off, I disagree, but here's the only thing I'll be negative about this. I like this form, but why did you have to freaking make like I get it. It's like a trend of like making the freaking like a repaint they repainted the Ryuki Survive weapon. I wish they gave him an original because
it looks like they just glued shit onto the side of his head.
Like I talk about the Ryuki Survive weapon.
No, I'm talking about this new suit.
This suit's fine. I like it. It's simple. It's more simpler than the other Survive forms, but like it's neat. I like the gold. Gold and purple is an underrated combination. I just don't like this new weapon. I just wish they just freaking retoogled his old like staff at the very least instead of freaking making like a Ryuki.
Dip that in gold paint along with the rest of the suit.
Yeah, that's the only complaint I have. I'm excited to see this because OhGer is pretty funny. He's funny in the.
I love that serial killer. He's hilarious.
Yeah, he's a fun guy. So I'm excited to see more of his shenanigans in both the Geats movie and this Toei special.
Hopefully it gets more than like one scene, but this series.
Maybe if they do like an Outsiders finale where like all the plot lines converge, like we'll see it again. But like,
well, hey, let's get into some Bandai fuckiness. So Bandai has announced a new Kamen Rider roleplay line called Kamen Rider High Spec, which is essentially the basic DX Desire Driver, but with CSM style straps. Because I think even Bandai has gotten to the point where they're like, yeah, we can't do CSMs for modern Rider shows. There's too many little gimmick items. It would be insanely expensive. Nobody would actually buy them. I think Guy might have flopped. Like, I don't have any proof about that. I don't have any data that shows that. But I think, like, the moment everybody saw, like, oh, the lock seeds don't match, the pre-orders probably halted. Yeah. And this is probably the same, like, kind of a response to that, I think, where it's like, all right, here's the CSM straps that can fit adults and a Desire Driver, and you can just go out and buy the current DX toys and you should be good.
Yeah.
And honestly, I don't think that's a half bad idea. I kind of wish they had announced it from the start, because I know a lot of adult collectors already have Desire Drivers. But, like, hey, if you were going to army build them and get one for every rider, like certain insane people on YouTube, then here's a good way to do that. And this might be how I end up going for when I eventually get a Desire Driver, because I do kind of want one.
I got nothing. It's just, okay, this is a thing that exists.
All right. Well, hey, here's another thing that exists. The Revolve Change movie set got announced. It's the movie writers' shit and heads to make Revi and Vice. I think it looks. Fuck you.
Okay, I mean, like, they're fine forms. I'm just like, okay.
Mm-hmm. I think it's funny that this is how I'm finding out that those grabby claws actually do stuff.
Yeah, well,
like, there's probably going to be a scene in the movie where those become CG and do some shit.
Yeah, well, I think they're actually, from like the preview of next week's episode, they're going to show up in the show proper.
Oh man. You want to talk about the scans for Geats?
These scans are just the movie stuff.
Yeah, it's a lot of movie stuff. It's a lot of stuff that's going to be in the next couple episodes of the show. Like, there's nothing we haven't already seen through next time previews, but like,
cool graphic design, neat. I guess.
Yeah.
Let's just talk about the new characters who are coming.
Yeah, we've got a whole host of new characters appearing in the next arc of Geats, and I will run down the line as soon as I finish opening these.
First
of all, we got a new Game Master, and I like his fit.
Yeah, you look very funny guy. He seems to be a bit more sillier than the last one. Mm-hmm. But still, like, he still has the thing of, like, I can be devilishly evil, but I can also be funny. I like those kinds of. Bad for him.
Apparently his name is some untranslatable hashtag and please.
Well, maybe that's just the way they're pronouncing it.
Yeah, that's also like Twitter auto-translating it.
Yeah.
But
should have used the translation, the manual translation. Let me go find
it. We've also got a mysterious young man who is Gene. He's going to be a big fan of Geats, and he's going to be watching him and rooting for him. He's one of the big fancy pants rich boy sponsors.
Yeah, and he is played by the actor who played Ishinomori in Superhero Senki. Good for him.
Oh yeah, that's right. I knew him from something.
Yeah, he played. I think he was also like in a kid and that's. He's getting around, is what I'm trying to say. You know,
man's gonna have a career.
Yeah, hopefully. And we got 2 new writers, which thankful someone has translated. Daichi Izuku, aka Kamen Rider Nudge Sparrow, a smart player with the title of a smart king. He was in a Kamen Rider Geo one-off episode. And Sai Ganahana, the strongest female athlete who will play Kamen Rider Lopo, the one with the blue wolf helmet. So yeah.
The one whose helmet literally just looks like a Sonic character.
I mean, it's not really out of character. We just had
Oh yeah, no, it's totally fine. I just like...
You gotta make your snarky YouTube comments, man.
Oh, how could they do this? I mean, like, seriously, what were they thinking?
So you'll apparently be able to get their ID cores as well.
Yeah, this actually made me a little mad. This is serious P-Bandai fuckery. Their ID cores are being released as magazine packing exclusives.
What the heck? Bro, they're just little knobs. They don't even unlock any extra sounds. Why are you being so selective with them?
It is the dumbest fucking thing I've ever seen.
It should have just been a slam dunk, but they keep screwing it up.
We've talked about this for multiple episodes by now, but these really should have been the Gashapon thing for this year.
Legit.
It's so annoying. Just fucking... Don't even try. Don't even try to fucking pre-order the shit out of Taka's site. Just get your 3D printer warmed up, bitch.
Yeah, commissions.
Well, anyways, we got the final TV spot for Kamen Rider Geats and Revice movie Battle Royal. There's a few new shots in this. Mostly, I just love that this is the first time we get to hear the movie exclusive Game Master speak. There's not even a filter over his voice. He's just... The filter is just that his voice is muffled by the plastic mask in front of his face, and it's hilarious.
I think that might be like a pre-edit, like they didn't edit it yet before putting in the trailer. I could be wrong, though.
It's possible, but I did laugh my ass off at that, and I wanted other people to be able to, too.
Fair. Yeah, it's just a neat thing.
Yeah. The movie will be subbed sometime in the spring, so look forward to that, fuckers.
Yeah, I mean, I heard the movie's theme song, and it's not the greatest, but it's not bad. It's solid.
I keep meaning to listen to it and forgetting. Can you link me later?
Yeah, sure. I'll link you while we'll talk about this.
Okay. There's going to be a big Kamen Rider history exhibition. I have trouble with words like that. That is open in Ikebukuro, and it actually opened just a couple days ago, and it's going to be running up until the end of January this year. And as part of the opening, they brought out a bunch of suit actors and the face actors for Ace, Iki, and Hongo. Hiroshi Fujioka made a public appearance as Hongo, and he said some words. He quoted Shotaro Ishinomori, and he was clearly very happy to receive a paycheck.
Yeah, I'm just happy to just be there in general. But like the big thing I took away from the exhibition opening, no Shin suit. All the suits were there, even Zeto and Jay. No Shin. We know the reason why. The suit is like
Shin isn't there, and regular black isn't there.
Oh, what are they cooking? I mean, I maybe not.
I think. Part of me wants to be optimistic, and I'm like, oh, they remembered that Kotaro is one guy. But no, they only want you to know about that Amazon show and that Anno film that's coming out.
Maybe it's just like the suits were maybe they were doing
Wouldn't it be hilarious if at the next fucking big crossover movie, all writers versus Badan? Die These Nuts, yes! Freaking instead of Black and Shin, those remake suits show up.
I mean, they showed up and they don't really like. The only time the remake suits ever show up in like the mainline shows was like once during Cho Superhero Tyson with that one fight with the Amazon Riders, and that was like the first time you got to saw the season 2 suit. But that's a whole other thing. But yeah, that's a thing that happened. Funny little tidbits about where are the suits and like will Shin ever survive?
Mm-hmm. And look at Hiroshi Fujioka, still looking like a strapping, handsome man in his middle age, but not quite as old as many other celebrities the same age as him.
You're doing good.
The secret is hair dye.
I don't know. Let's talk about Super Sentai, because chunky Sentai news, baby.
Yeah, we got a lot of Sentai news. So first off, Shoto Super Gosei Sentai Die Ranger was fully announced. It's a big set. You're getting all the boys and girls. You're getting all the weapons, all the stuff. They still look kind of gappy and weird, and I don't particularly care for them. But, like, hey, they're there, and you can get them if you want them.
Yeah, this is probably the best option you'll get, and I don't think being nonsense forever.
What are you talking about? These aren't Power Rangers. They're Power Rangers' new powers. They have powers that are new.
I don't know. Look how Hasbro, like, has freaking trying to retcon, like, clean up all the gaping holes of Megaforce. I'm not sure if they want to even acknowledge that.
Legit, if they put the new power suits in Lightning Collection and they give us Megaforce unmasked helmets for them, I will buy every one.
I think like we've gone from like Vac like actively hating Megaforce to just him like an ironic approach.
Megaforce is like my weird internet identity now. I can't escape it. I just have to embrace it.
That's speaking of embracing anniversaries, I guess freaking Abba Ranger's also crossing it over the Don Brothers.
Yeah, there's gonna be a TFCC special of them hanging out on another 2 sets and saying stuff and doing jokes. Looks like we're getting Red, Blue, and who's that other actress? Is that
like
Yellow?
No, that's not Yellow. They would have had this because Yellow. Here's the thing: Yellow came out of retirement to do the movie. I think it's just in her contract to do the movie. So that's like my whole. I think they haven't really confirmed it.
Okay. Well, yeah, it looks like they're having fun. They're saying stuff. There's goofs and gaffs, and we'll get to see them all in sometime in January.
The Hurricane thing did get subbed. I didn't watch it because I want to watch Hurricane first.
I didn't know it got subbed. I would have watched it actually.
I don't know. It's there. I heard that people liked it, but like I want to watch Hurricane first. I want to get the full context, baby.
I need that context. I need to understand the greater Hurricane lore and universe.
I just want to appreciate the characterization. On to some more sadder news, but like good sad news, if that's thing.
Don Brothers wrapped filming this week. I think it actually wrapped filming like on Christmas Eve.
On Christmas Day, I kept seeing all these like freaking like photos of like, oh, first it was Sonoi's actor, and then it was like...
Well, these posts were made on Christmas Day, but I have to wonder if it was like they wrapped filming over the week leading up to Christmas, and they were told like, hey, don't post until Christmas.
Yeah. And also, don't look at Kijinos if you don't want spoilers, because there's like some possible like major spoilers. I think in the first of Kijino's images of like, yeah, I'm done with Don Brothers. Oh.
I think that might be a flashback.
Yeah, that's either a flashback.
It's still a spoiler. That's still to come, but I think that's a flashback.
Yeah, we'll see. But yeah, we got Tsubasa, Sonoi, Sonozata, and Kaito. This is he's been working with Toei for 2 years. That's a crazy long time to be working on a Toei. Like it's with just all these range of these 2 distinct characters.
Well, I mean, he only really had to sit in a chair the last year.
Well, still, like, the range. He didn't really act like Kaito from Zenkaiger. He acted like a completely different character with, like, different, like, kind of snark, you know?
Yeah, and that shit is not getting explained.
It's gonna get explained as, like, the post-credit joke. That's my theory.
Oh my god. Did you see that tweet that came out from fucking Kamen Rider Kaisa's actor this week?
Oh, yeah. He does a lot of funny things.
He made a tweet where he was like, oh man, this week's Don Brothers was really good because it was hilarious, but there's only 8 episodes left. What the fuck are you doing, Inoue? And I was like, wow, big mood.
Yeah, I think he just takes a lot of funny pictures of Inoue and Joel, so I think it's just be like, hey, you're my buddy. And you do a lot of fun goofs and gaffs together. Yeah.
You gave me a career.
Yeah, that too. But yeah, it's very sad because like Don Brothers is legit one of my it's my favorite Sentai. My favorite Sentai that isn't freaking Voice Lugger, High School Heroes, or just that isn't my favorite Sentai made within Toei.
Your favorite actual Sentai.
Yeah. Yeah, because it just like a lot of it appeals to me, and it just like I love these characters. I'm very sad to see them like go, but like also it's like it's gonna be no, but even for how crazy or rushed these last few episodes could be, it's gonna be fun. I can guarantee it's gonna be an entertaining ride.
I've said this a couple times before. I really want to like Dawn Brothers. I really want to say it's one of my favorites, but man, it's just teetering on how this show ends for me.
That's fair.
It's I'm either gonna be like, oh man, fucking this can go toe to toe with GoKaiger, which I haven't said in like a few years now, but it could also end in like typical fucking Inoue. This is why I hate this guy. God damn it! What the fuck is wrong with you, Buster? Why do you like this shit?
Yeah. But at least the journey's been fun.
Yeah. Oh man.
Well,
shall we do the thing?
Let's bring it. Well, with Dawn Brothers, I think we must bring in the new guys. So
I literally woke up on Tuesday, went to work, and then as soon as I got into my building and connected to the Wi-Fi, I got 6 fucking notifications from various people telling me, King-OhGer leaked, you might as well drop TWIT right now.
Wait, people talk to you about TWIT?
I was getting random tweets and DMs, dude.
People care about this show? What? I never get any of this.
It's the most popular show on the channel!
Nobody I know talks about it with...
Oh, well. Goes to show why they're Goombases. But, yeah, all of King-OhGer is just now out in the open, flapping its cape right in your face. So, how do we want to go about this? We want to talk about story, we want to talk about crew, we want to talk about visuals.
Let's talk about visuals first, because that's the first thing we all saw.
Yeah, there was an initial poster, and then there's just been a shit ton of magazine scans since then. I really like these suits.
Yeah! I've been hearing mixed thoughts, but I'm like, no, these suits go hard. I can see why
I think the big problem is, in the like more low-res scans, you can't tell that there's actually layered texturing and slightly different colors to different levels of the suits. Like, there's shading going on here. It's not just a big glob of red or purple or black. And then the helmets are just so wonderfully striking.
Yeah. Now, here's the thing. People remember the initial leak that said these were Power Rangers Hollywood, like 2017-esque? I see what they mean, but this is like way better than those garbage suits, so...
See, this just gives me more Kamen Rider vibes. It's continuing the trend of, like, the suits over the last few years getting progressively more and more Rider-esque, probably in an attempt to appeal to that fan base because it's the more popular show.
Yeah, well, more armor, more, like, texture, and, yeah. And also, I love how, like, Black's helmet is, like, basically has a different mouth guard. He has, like, a more, what's ant? He's an ant?
He is a wasp.
Wasp.
He's some kind of winged insect. Let me double check here.
No, bee. He's based on a bee.
Yeah, he's a bee.
Yeah, and I hope they kind of play with that design in the story of like maybe he's like a bit different than the other kings. And like yeah, I really dig these suits. The mecha basically is like it's Don Onitajin 2, and I'm all for that. Yeah.
I love. I don't even see Don Onitajin in this. This just looks like a big fucking like big bag Beetleborgs machine.
Yeah, some Transformers fan compare it to Unicron.
I wouldn't know about specifically Unicron, but I can definitely get some Transformers vibes from it. It feels very much like the Diaclone reboot that's been going on the last few years.
Totally. Like it seems like the CGI mecha budget got like a big upgrade. Or just that's
well, that is definitely a physical suit.
Yeah, but like it just terms of like renderings, like the poster's good is what I'm trying to say. The poster team did a great job.
By the way, I said a while ago, back when we got the copyright, that the romanization was like King Ranger. No, the official romanization should be Monarch Squadron King God Ranger.
Yeah, like it seems like from like the story details, like a lot of the mecha it's Zhu Ranger for a new age in terms of like
because they apparently come from another planet and they're fighting the Earth Empire.
Are we the baddies?
We're the baddies, I guess, and they worship giant god insects. So like all their names officially romanized is like red is God Kuwagata.
That's epic.
Yeah, he's like red stag beetle. And of course there's the blue dragonfly or God Tombo.
This is like one of the best Blue Ranger. I like all the Blue Ranger suits from Reiwa, but
good.
like this one just
yellow praying mantis is God Kamakiri.
Yeah, praying mantis.
Purple butterfly, which that's another thing. Hey, purple is on the main team. That's really cool.
Yeah.
God Papillion.
Yeah, Papillion. And people have been debating about this character's gender. I don't know what gender they are yet.
We could do the sensible thing and wait for castings.
Yeah, we could just instead of just debate freaking on pointless.
And the black bee is God Hachi.
Yeah, Hachi Olj.
And I dig them. I like the suits. I like a lot of what's going on. Their big fucking Noctis swords are cool.
Yeah, but let's talk about a bit about the staff, because this is what has me interested and potentially worried, but mostly interested. Let's start with the screenplay, because the screenplay artist is new. So unfortunately, Noah Nui 2. Sorry, guys, I put that idea in your head. Maybe not on this show, but like I did put it in like.
I think that idea was just in the air. You didn't do that.
Yeah. Okay, I guess I'll no credit. But yeah, Minato Takanao, who's basically the apprentice of Yu Takahashi, because he's exclusively worked on shows he's written, like X8 and 01 specials. And he actually wrote my favorite 01 episodes, the episodes where Metal Cluster Hopper debuts. So I'm happy. That's good.
I like Yuya Takahashi, so if this dude is trusted by him, then I'll go with it.
Yeah. And then the director, who I'm very happy because he's directed some of the best Toei episodes. And I'm also concerned because last time he was put in a head director position, the show was kind of mid and mixed. Kazuo Kamarohuchi.
What's the last thing he had directed?
The main thing he did. No, he's directed various episodes, including directing the excellent Saber Trio of Deep, like the various Toei Tokusatsu shows. Usually,
Yeah. But you said the last thing he had directed was mid. What was that?
New Soldier, and that's a visually striking show. But also, apparently, he went over budget with it. So I'm like, I hope they keep it. I'm not sure if the New Soldier problem was a writer thing or if a direction thing or if it's. I don't know what happened there.
I would assume, given that this is Toei and they're some of the best penny pinchers in the industry, they probably got rid of whoever's fault it was.
Yeah, because the main writer of Rio Soldier was like booted like episode 60, just like a bunch of side writers took over. So I think, I think like they still trust Kamurocho because he's made some of the best. Like he's still, even after Rio Soldier, he's directed some banger episodes of Kamen Rider and Sentai. But like now they're just like, okay, this is your second chance. Freaking like, here's a Yu Takahashi trusted guy. We like Yu Takahashi. Here's a guy who's similar to him. Don't screw it up, is what I'm guessing.
On Brothers started to move the needle in the direction we needed it to go. Now you got to keep that momentum going.
Yeah. Yeah, and apparently Takahito Omori, who also basically worked on Yu Takahashi shows up until Geats, which had a different like head producer, is also producing it. So. He did Drive, X8, and 01, and you like those shows, so I think you're...
Yeah, fingers crossed.
Yeah, so like, there's like mostly excitement with like the asterisks of Rio Soldier is like the big thing holding me back from being fully excited for this show from like a scripting and direction wise.
I mean, if there's one thing we can definitely say, this show looks insanely cool, and Rio Soldier looked insanely lame and derivative.
Rio Soldier still had some really cool like elements. It's just like it was just another dinosaur tie right after 2, very crazy.
And it looked a lot like Kyoryuger.
Yeah, very much cute. You kind of did give the Kyoryuger vibes of just more knightly, and like I like that, but I know that everyone was on board with that, which I have to acknowledge.
Yeah, and I mean, I haven't seen Rio Soldier. Maybe I'd actually think Rio Soldier is great, but not anytime soon. Thank you. Yeah. And like apparently the swords will also be able to transform into different kinds of weapons. Or no, they have a shield that can do that. So like the red guy uses a shield, and then there's a bow mode, and so on and so
lots
it goes.
Of MacGuffins that will probably, I don't know how they work until we see more.
The main mech is apparently 10 different, or the main mecha is apparently 10 different mechs, because they each have their own mech, and then there's like additional tiny ones that come in to fill the gap.
Yeah, we talked about that when the rumors came out.
Yeah, I'm hoping, I'm still hoping for my theory of this just being like Pokemon, and they each have a full team of 6 by the end of the show.
Yeah, that would be fun. And honestly, the swords give me Kamen Rider Sword vibe. I like Kamen Rider Sword. He's a fun guy.
A little bit, yeah. I can see it. I'm hopeful.
Yeah, I'm cautiously.
I wouldn't Yeah, cautiously optimistic is the right word, because, like, these suits look great, the staff is mostly promising, and, I mean, Sentai's been on a hot streak these last few years.
Cure Major, banger. Zenkaiger, banger. Dawn Brothers, extra banger. Let's hope it's like let's hope their luck hasn't run out yet.
Let's keep that bang going. Let's get Emerald Agassi in here on this one.
Let's hope 4th time's the extra charm.
But that is all the Sentai news for this week. Let's move on to a little bit of Power Rangers news, and it's mostly merch this time around. First and foremost, this is something I just kind of caught wind of because I happen to keep track of G.I. Joe news. There is a line of blind boxy style things called Micro Toy Box, which is basically like tiny little replica toys for your regular size toys. It's very good if you're a figure photographer. And coming in the second wave of that, there's going to be a couple Power Rangers, specifically recreations of the head-flipping Mighty Morphin Yellow and Blue Rangers on tiny, tiny blister cards. So if that's your kind of thing, you can definitely get that. There's also some Hot Toys, some Masters of the Universe, G.I. Joe, Barbie, all kinds of fun stuff. There's a freaking Simon Says and an Etch-a-Sketch. So, like, this is a really cool little line. I like it a lot. I just haven't had a chance to pick any up yet.
I do not care. Next.
We got a cool little bit of behind-the-scenes information. Basically, during the big Izzy and Fern episode at the back half of Dino Fury Season 2, the bus stop that episode concludes at actually had some cool Easter eggs in it, in that all of the bus routes listed on the sign behind them were actual canon Power Rangers series or locations.
Oakdale? What? I would have memed that to hell. When did we ever get an Oakdale in Power Rangers?
I feel like I've seen that before. I'll Google it real quick.
Power Rangers Oakdale. Just the name Dale is inherently.
Oh, that's the city Fern was headed towards. Oh. Yeah. But no, there's Coral Harbor, Amber Beach, and Summer Cove, which
I think are all Neo
I think things. No, because I think isn't one of those the city from Dino Thunder?
Yeah, Summer Cove, I think it was. I don't know. We could be. What you gonna do?
Amber Beach is definitely Dino Charge. I'm trying to remember. I'm just gonna Google them right now.
Yeah, if I can Google that, well, I don't know. Think about what.
Oh, Coral Harbor is Beast Morphers.
Yeah, that makes sense. We move on to Lightning Leaks, or?
Summer Cove is Ninja Steel.
Yeah, it makes sense. They're the last two before.
Yeah, so it is all Neo Saban. Damn it.
Yeah, I told you so. Anyway, okay, let's talk
about. Yeah, we've gotten some Lightning Collection leaks in the last couple of weeks. First of all, some new listings were found by your boy Living Lightning Fig PR. This is Josh. It's our friend Josh, who has never been on the show.
It's not our friend.
PRG Magenta and PRG Mayfeld. So presumably Mix Mayfeld is coming to the Power Rangers universe, and that's very exciting for me as a Star Wars fan. But no, this is probably Deluxe Wave 4. It's probably the thought canceled Wild Force Red and Motorcycle and MMPR monster. But Josh does also say, like, hey, it could be something different. Who knows? Yeah, we'll keep an eye on those. Yeah,
like I don't really like I don't really like look out for MMPR monsters that often, but like those figures are great. They're like the highlights of the line.
Yeah, everybody says Snizzard is really good, and I do want him, but like money's tight at the moment.
Wish they shelf forward it like so it can go in clearance like the other ones. What you can.
Oh man. Also, just today, because today is the day we're recording this is the Power Rangers fan holiday TJ Day, where everybody celebrates TJ, the first black leader of the Power Rangers. Josh apparently let slip that there is a Red Turbo Ranger Lightning Collection figure coming at some point in 2023, and it's probably going to have a TJ unmasked head, which is a big fucking win in my opinion.
Very much so. That is good. I'm the Turbo Car Ranger suits, not gonna lie, so.
I don't like them a whole lot, but I will get this because A, I like TJ, and B, I want to have every Red Ranger in the Lightning Collection.
That's fair. Alright, can I talk about my shit now?
Yeah, let's talk about your shit for exactly 2 seconds.
Right. Guess what's happening in April, boys? Another Dog-Enger season. Season 4 Metropolis. Or no, it's
Dog-Engers, the show that doesn't die.
Yeah, we get another season of at this point, like at the end of season 4, we'll have 50 episodes, which is like a full Toku at that point. And apparently, Kamen Rider Jake from Kamen Rider Force's actor is going to be a part of this season. So more Toku.
Hey.
So yeah, very excited for Metropolis. I hope to get some more wonderful content of Maid Butler and Yabai Kamen and all the rest of the characters. It's going to be so good. I love Dogenjers, man. It's so good. Video on it.
Do you think they'll reference that robot at all?
Probably. I mean, the new suit, the new character, there is kind of like. I think they're just probably gonna like visit the big city, is what I'm getting at. For that like title.
Again, just take Manhattan.
Yeah, legit. That would be like the best thing ever.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but I'm excited. Go. Dogenjers is all subbed somewhere. Go find it. Peak Fiction. Speaking of Peak
Fiction, if you go in Buster's server and ask them, you can probably get the link.
Yeah, just freaking. Discord's open to anyone. I just don't give it out willy-nilly. Just like ask me.
The one rule is don't be a dickhead.
Yeah, and don't freaking annoy me. But now
that's one and the same, really.
Yeah. But now we'll annoy you about some new releases, shall we?
Oh my god!
Yeah. And last one of 2023, boys. All right. Ultraman Decker, episode 23, The Sky of Despair.
Friggin' wizard up in this bitch.
Yeah, this was a pretty bigger episode. I do admit the first half, like, they dropped the amnesia thing pretty quick.
Yeah, that sucks. I wish we had gotten, like, a whole episode of that. I would have loved it if, like, the whole episode was just, like, them figuring out how to stop the spear with Amnesiac Agamas, and then at the last, in the last scene, something happens, and he's like, oh, I'm gonna fucking kill all of you now with this weapon we just made.
Yeah, that would have been a bigger, but, well, you know, it's still a great episode. Like, the conversation Amnesiac Agamas and Kanata have, pretty well done.
Yeah.
And get some cool
And vibes. I love what's his face? I can't believe it's not Scientist Man, like being so supportive of Kanata now that he knows he's Ultraman.
Yeah. It's not I think it's just a rookie guy. I think this guy was Agamas before he betrayed everyone.
But yeah, no, it was really good. That whole prison conversation scene, like, honestly, that's what I kind of want the George and Olteca special to be. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's real good. Ultraman's real good right now. Watch Ultraman
for just the last few seconds, I guess.
What the fuck is going on with that actor? What kind of dirt does Tsuburaya Pro have on him that he keeps coming back?
I think they just want to connect Trigger to Decker, and they're like freaking shove him in. Which, I mean, like, they're redeeming Trigger, but also I have to freaking recommend Decker on an asterisk. You'll see this guy who's from a show I don't recommend. You could enjoy Trigger, I just don't recommend him.
What if... I think I talked about this already, but man, if they fucking do that with both of them in Kaya or whatever the next show is called, I forget. Kaya. Yeah. They should just have it be like a freaking family comedy of ultras, like Kanata and what's his name, Trigger, are just raising the next Ultraman.
I think Kengo's his Trigger.
Yeah, Kengo and Kanata as a couple of gay husbandos.
Yeah. Speaking of gay people, Geats did a little fun thing.
That's gonna be the episode title.
Yeah, but like for the first time in like 10 years, Kamen Rider and the famous Japanese program Shin-Chan are just did the cute collab. It's not animated like the Forze one, but they did do like a cute live action suit and Geats. I freaking love how like Geats says his catchphrase immediately, just so you know, it's me, Geats, and it's just very cute.
It's me, Geats, from Kamen Rider Geats, your favorite Kamen Rider Geats show.
Yeah, like here comes it's really cool. I like it. We have
also, please watch my movie.
Please watch my movie. But
and then there's an anal sex joke.
I think it's just him just being like wacky kid. I don't think it was supposed to be.
Yeah, everybody's mind went there.
Not my mind.
Everybody,
you just watched.
Everybody above 8 years old automatically went, what?
I think it was just freaking. Never mind. Geats episode IR, Stratagem IR, a Fox Hunt. What did you think of this?
I think it was pretty good.
Yeah, I don't know why it's called IR yet, because this is like the end of the arc. Why is it called IR, Toei? What does IR mean?
Because I don't know what IR means, but I think it was clearly called this instead of final because there's no desire deity.
Yeah, true. It's basically just like, okay, you all continue to the next of the. Oh, that's the big twist. Freaking okay.
The big Christmas twist this time around is that not only are we doing something that's kind of like Hunger Games, we're literally just doing Hunger Games.
I mean, the big twist is the twist is basically the equivalent of the last twist in Danganronpa V3.
What?
Okay, like we're like,
what the fuck is that?
Don't ask. Don't want to get into a Danganronpa discussion on this Tokusatsu show. But anyway, yeah, that basically everyone is freaking the audience. It's a reality show, and that's gonna be
a bunch of rich people sitting in floating armchairs,
it's literally Squid Game,
watching it and going, that's our Geats.
It's literally Squid Game.
And leading into that, we actually get a really cool little story about Keiwa finally like coming into his own and being a smart boy just like Geats.
Hey, like,
which I really dug.
Yeah, it was nice to see some Geats in K1 development. Oh, but unfortunately, Punk Check. Oh, poor Punk Check. I mean, his story kind of ended.
Punk Check got dead.
Yeah, his story kind of ended last episode, but it's like freaking sucks that the Game Master turned him into a kamikaze.
Yeah, no, he's straight up a suicide bomber, and it didn't even work.
Yeah, I mean, like, we see, like, at the end of the episode, Buffa's alive, but that's only because of the zombie buckle, possibly, so...
Mm-hmm.
The man won't...
Also, I get the feeling that Buffa's not going to be exactly the same guy when he comes back.
But literally, man too angry to die. Man too pissed off at other gay people to die.
Yeah, no, I really liked it. The scene where freaking the producer man shows up and they said his name, I just forgot it. He shows up and he's just like, oh, you've been fucking up my game.
Yeah.
Game Master, you fucker. You're gone, bitch. And seemingly just kills him with a snap of his fingers.
And apparently the actor got his flowers, so it's
that actor is gone.
Yeah.
Gyuri is gone.
Yeah, maybe he'll come back. Maybe they'll pull like a freaking... Did Kiryu get his flowers? That's it.
Kiryu got his flowers, but that was like the one time it's ever been a ploy.
Okay, good point.
And also like producer man kept the Vision driver, so he could just give it to somebody else.
Definitely. Glaire's coming back. They want to sell that premium Bandai sometime later. Probably when there's like a lull in like the toy line.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty solid. Like everyone's out to get Geats, but like Neon and KO are like, we gotta figure out what to do. We don't want to kill Geats. He's our buddy, you know?
Yeah, that whole fight between Tycoon and Geats was not only just like a great fucking fight, but it was such a good scene that encapsulate how far both those characters have come. And then I gotta admit, like when all the eyes showed up while the theme song was playing right at the end, that's the most like, oh man, here we go. I felt from a big revealing Kamen Rider in a little while.
Also, the eyes, they're shaped like Tycoon drivers. Or maybe that's just a typical eye shape. But I think they were going with Tycoon driver because it's Kamen Rider. That probably just me, but like, yeah, those epic episode. I hope it leads to cool things, and that this reality thing will like lead to some interesting themes. It's literally Squid Games, guys. I just realized Boingo's gonna have a field
Hunger
day.
Games.
Boingo's gonna have a field day with his analysis.
It's Hunger Games. It's Battle Royale.
It's your favorite Battle Royale death game stories all in one. All together.
It's Avengers Arena.
Nobody knows what that is. That's not a Marvel Cinematic Universe.
No, but that's a book that I just triggered a whole bunch of people, buddy.
Oh, okay. Like, not a good book?
Yeah.
Not a good book.
It's a bad book. It's a very bad book.
Well, like, speaking of things that aren't very bad, Avatar Sentai Dawn Brothers, episode 42, I don't want this family. What? Okay. I'll be honest, I was really, like, not looking forward to this episode. This was a banger.
Really?
Because the premise, just like, why now? Like, freaking, this is the last episode of the year? Really?
The whole episode, I was just, like, on the edge of my seat, just ready to get mad at Inoue. And then, that last shot, man, he got me.
Because the episode's basically like Sahara like convinces the other Dawn brothers and Tsubasa, who doesn't know is a Dawn brother, to freaking like pretend to be a family to get back at a swindler who's also a Hitsuki, who's Go Ranger Hitsuki.
They're trying to stop a con artist, which I don't know what the fuck that has to do with Go Ranger, but what the fuck if any of them had to do with their shows?
I mean, there was like, remember the Go Busters thing was like Lost Childhood. That's the one I remember.
Yeah, and there was the ninja guy.
Yeah, but like, there's like subtle things, and probably we neither of us have like watched Go Ranger, so maybe it's like a reference to wacky.
It's possible. It's one of those early first season Toku shows that's like 80 episodes long, and I've only seen like the first 6.
I need to read the manga. I have the manga, but anyway, And then like just a bunch of funny hijinks occurs. The freaking like way they freaking like scare him at near the end, where it's just like Odie's sister randomly transforms, Jiro goes into tiger mode, Taro freaking dies.
Has she been doing that the whole show? Has she been transforming in her sleep the whole time?
I think it's just funny.
Also, like, I love how Sarahara shows up and he's like, haha, I've caught you. You're fully exposed. And I'm like, what proof do you have? How are you gonna take him to the what?
Yeah, that was a bit, but I think it's...
And then later they're just like, oh, he turned himself in. It's fine.
I think it's mostly just to scare him into turning himself in. Because Sarahara is like kind of a pacifist. So, but a bit more just like freaking scared the dickens out of him, what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
And that freaking last shot was Tsubasa, man.
That last shot was Tsubasa. Oh. Not only that, but like Taro through this whole episode. Just like the hiccups are hilarious. It's a great little running gag. And I love how he says like, no, I can lie now. I've grown. And then like you see a scene where he seemingly he hasn't grown. He starts saying he's the brother and then he dies. But like he said he could lie and he couldn't. My man has grown. He was able to lie about that. I have to wonder, was he faking in that moment?
Probably was, just to like scare him off. Probably like just like that's
yeah.
Like he has controlled, like remember the Sonoshi fight from like a few episodes ago. He was able to control his like lying death thing.
Yeah. And I mean like another great moment is just that moment where they're all hanging out on Sarahara's porch and like there's all that confusion. And then fucking with Jiro being like, hey, what about me? You're doing fortune tellings on everybody. What about me? And the character of the week is just flat out like, oh, this guy's annoying. Let's ignore him. I'm like, oh, well, that's Inoue. That's just Inoue doing some self-insert right there, isn't it?
It doesn't seem like he was very invested in the first, like, because this is his first time doing a sing. Like, freaking, to back to that last shot of Tsubasa, him just doing that little skip just freaking made me go squee. Like, God, what a perfect man. I was already on board. It's great to be on board of a character from the start, and him feeding into your expectations and just, like, even surpassing of just how great he'll be, you know?
For one day, he got to have some normal family BS, and that made him so happy.
I hope he doesn't. Like, he's gonna die. Oh, if he dies...
Somebody died.
Yeah, somebody died.
Somebody fucking dying in this fucking show. I guarantee it.
If it's him, man, that's gonna be even more tragic. Don Brothers, like, what a perfect, a banger streak of episodes. I'm not ready for it to end, but I'll suck it up.
Hey, you got till March.
But like next week sounds like extra.
Oh yeah, that preview was like. I usually just kind of let the previews wash over me and try to wait until the actual episode because they put so many damn spoilers in them. But that preview was one of those ones, and Don Brothers has had a lot of them. It's one of those ones where I couldn't help but be like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, and even then, like the Toei, I think ever since Geo have been getting much better about spoilers.
You're not supposed to know about Trinity.
You're not supposed to know about Tsukiyomi. But anyway, because it's the end of the year, I have a special segment. I gathered the good people of Twitter, 64 of them exact, and made them fill out a quick Google form, multiple choice, to figure out what was their favorite tokusatsu show of 2022. Now, there was a lot of major movies, so no Shin Ultraman, no O's 10, but we got all...
O's 10th was this year? Jesus.
Yeah. It's been a long year, so let's count all the major shows. I did not put Zenkai. I don't usually put the like at the first Sentai show that airs during the year because that's like the last few episodes. Well, Rider has half, like a good chunk each year, so I put both Rider shows, but I don't put both Sentai shows. I just go with the Sentai that airs the most episodes. In this case was numbers. But let's start at the very bottom at 2 responses. We actually have a tie at the bottom. Kamen under Revice and Dino Fury Season 2.
I voted for Dino Fury Season 2.
Yeah, so this is the one I told you were going to be pissed at.
Yeah, fucking... That's like the most solid season of Power Rangers we've had in over a decade. What the fuck is wrong with you people?
Well, like, remember, one choice, and this is a great, like, I think this shows how great Tokusatsu. One of the best Power Ranger seasons, like, we had so much other great stuff to acknowledge, you know?
Mm-hmm. There's also the fact that a lot of people still don't consider Power Rangers real Tokusatsu, and they're wrong, they're idiots, but
even that just people,
it is what it
people
is.
Just don't like Dino Fury. They're also wrong. Respectfully wrong. But yeah, Revice, yeah, I mean, it started kind of strong this year, but that second half, I mean, there's great elements and characters, but when it comes as a whole, one of the weaker seasons.
But I've actually been thinking about Revice a whole lot lately because I was trying to think of like how to do a video for it, and like honestly, the nicest way I could describe Revice is it has really cool moments, but the lead up to those moments is always so mired in really problematic and cringy bullshit that I can't fully get into it.
Yeah, at least it gave us lesbian.
Yeah, that's true. That was a good moment.
Deadpool season 2 for me. What Vac said, it's great. Good Power Rangers. One of my favorite seasons of the Hasbro era, and so far, and it's one of the few Power Rangers seasons where I can actually like put the bullshit I don't like aside and just enjoy it. Such a great feeling. All right, now in the next place with 4 responses, Ultraman Decker.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like we're the only people talking about Decker, so I guess I shouldn't be surprised about that. But like, I like Decker quite a bit. I wouldn't place it quite so low.
Yeah. I like Decker a lot. It's a big improvement over Trigger. I just think Trigger's so many because it was like Tiga nostalgia. There were like Trigger had a big marketing campaign, and then it just kind of like lost a lot of goodwill as it continued on.
And then there's like 3 very loud people who really liked Trigger.
Tim.
Hi Tim, how you doing?
If you like Trigger, that's fine.
Soda.
Sorry, but Decker. That's good. Decker, I like Decker. That's some good, some solid Ultraman. I would recommend starting with it, honest, if you want to. And if you could just I'll put the asterisks of Trigger will sometimes show up, but it's actually
Trigger shows up to be cool in this show. He is not cool in his own show.
He is cool. I just don't think it's well written, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it's not. His show is not worth watching for him.
Yeah. All right, with 6 responses, we have my golden child, Dogenger's High School.
What? I knew it was on the poll, but wow. I can't believe it beat out Power Rangers and Decker. That's crazy.
Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good, just to show how this season really struck a chord of people.
Maybe I should watch this series at some point.
High School. I'm not sure if it's my least favorite, but even my least favorite Dogengers is still better than a lot of shows I watched. It's still 9 out of 10. It's still banger. I really like the new stuff they like Mako, and it's still each season has a self-contained story. And this was probably the most self-contained they've gotten so far. With this is a new protagonist who's helped. The other protagonist kind of bumblingly helped them out. And that's really cute. And it's just fun high school shenanigans while still being relatable. It's just Dogenger's High School. Would recommend. Or go watch Dogenger's. Is the moral of this episode. All right, let's get to the big 3. The last big 3 with 9 responses. Kamen Rider Geats.
Whoa. Geats wasn't people's... I expected Geats to sweep.
Yeah, because Revice and Zenkaiger were the 2 highest last year. But now it's Geats...
But it's I always see people talking about Geats. Every damn day on my timeline, no matter what site, somebody's talking about Geats. That's kind of crazy that it didn't win.
Yeah, I mean, Geats, it's a return to Battle Royale for Kamen Rider. It got a lot of the designs appealed to people. Even some a YouTuber I watch is freaking he tweeted about Geats a few times and he's really into it. He's not non-tokusatsu specific, so it's this show has struck a chord of people, and I hope its episodes in 2023 will continue to do so.
Yeah.
All right, now you're gonna be surprised by this. Second place with 18 Avatar Sentai Dawn Brothers.
What the fuck? What?
Well, before we talk about what's actually number 1,
it's your followers. Okay, the fact that Dawn Brothers isn't number 1 and Geats isn't number 1. What the fuck?
Yeah, it's been a packed year. To put it
what else came out?
We're about to hear, but let's talk about some Dawn Brothers. Yeah, Dawn Brothers, my new favorite Sentai. Big return to Sentai, to Toei, mixed shows. It's been crazy.
Dawn Brothers is chaotic insanity with interesting steps forward in the way the toys are done, and very strong characters, but its plot feels so slipshod at times that I'm you gotta wrap this up right, man. You gotta do this shit right for once, or I'm gonna be mad.
And I think the newer shows are often slipshod. Faiz, Agito, and Kiva sometimes feel. I mean, Kiva's probably the most solidly constructed real, but
which is funny because a lot of everyone I always talk to before I met you and Boingo was Agito and Jetman are the 2 good shows he did, and then he turned into the M. Night Shyamalan of Tokusatsu.
No! I hate Toku. Anyway.
That's the general opinion on him, and I'm low-key inclined to believe on it, to agree with it, given how I felt about Fies and how I'm enjoying Jetman, but I'm very worried about the end and how I feel about Dawn Brothers right now.
Dawn Brothers, good show. I think good show. Everyone at least seems to be enjoying them, which is like, I remember everyone was so worried about the CGI Rangers, and then it's like they weren't even a big factor. They were just there for like the initial marketing gimmick, and yeah. All right, you know what number 1 is?
I don't. What the fuck else came out this year?
Did you see The Sunrise? With 23 responses.
Oh my god!
Yeah, Black Sun was number 1.
Say that again. Say it again for the listeners.
23 responses. Kamen Rider Black Sun was your tokusatsu of the year.
I mean, I liked it. It was very good. But, like, I can't believe so many people would call it the best of the year.
I mean, like, it's a big shakeup. Like, with, like, it's
not a shakeup. It's a side project. It's not going to affect the main series.
I meant side project. What I'm trying to say, it's a big side project that is something we normally don't get, that people have been, like, kind of, the edgelords at least have been begging for a while.
It's also aggressively political in a way that you're either really going to be into or really not going to be into.
Yeah. And I'm honestly surprised it won the poll too, because I'm like, man, the politics. Not to get too deep into them, but like maybe just because it was my audience who was voting on this, and like, they kind of line up with my politics. I don't want to assume things, but like, yeah, lots of great effects, lots of badass moments, lots of interesting like commentary. Yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty good. One of the best Kamen Rider shows in it.
Yeah, I did like it. Like, it's a good show. I'm just shocked that it's number 1.
I just wish it wasn't like... I wish they did it weekly. It would have been so insane a week.
Oh, yeah. Like, you weren't there for it, but Amazon's week to week, that first season is probably one of the most insane Toku watching experiences I've ever had.
Imagine the end of episode 7, and you didn't have the other 3.
Oh...
And also, I think Did You See the Sunrise was the best Toku song of the year, in my personal opinion.
I am not as high on that song as everybody else. I think it's like weird hype. Everybody really wants it to be the next Armor Zone, and it's just not. It's just not that kind of hype.
It's not trying to be Armor. It's supposed to be like a kind of like a grand ballad of like, will we ever be the same ever? Like Armor Zone's like, oh, rip and tear till it's done. I mean, not to discount Armor Zone.
Yeah.
Anything like else do we want to say about Tokusatsu in 2022?
It's good.
Any like specific like favorites you had?
I mean, if I were to do my personal ranking, it would probably be, honestly, Dino Fury, Geats, Dawn Brothers. I didn't see Dog Enders, so you can just throw that out. I'll put Black Sun right there, and then Revice can be at the bottom.
Best to worst.
Yeah.
My list is pretty similar. I'd probably put Geats a bit lower. But like, yeah. I'd say like Dawn Brothers was my favorite of the year. But probably the best show I watched from Toku this year was Kabuto, but that didn't came out like I watched it first time this year.
Yeah. And I mean, like, it has been a pretty good year for me as a Toku fan in general. I didn't get a ton of toys, but what toys I got I liked, and I watched all of Black. I watched the entire Life and Times of Minami Kotaro, and that was cool. And I'm getting through Jetman.
Yeah, speaking of, let's talk about that Jetman watch through, because I haven't made any progress on the Toho Star God stuff. Talk about Jetman for you.
Yeah, so this week I watched episodes 28 through 40 of Jetman. I got 10 left to go, and I probably won't be able to get to them for like another week or two, just because like life stuff and New Year's. But oh man, I still like it. I still think it's a very good Sentai, but there's little niggling things like Kaori and Guy finally got together, and I was a little like, this man's been forcing himself on you for weeks, and you're gonna, okay, all right, lady, you do you.
90s, 70s, 80s things. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm still uncomfortable about that as a modern day viewer.
It's fine.
On the other hand, though, Ryu's whole plot line with Maria and like discovering that she is Rie and like flipping his shit and almost and like going. Him and Guy's personalities full on flipping when those two things happen was so interesting. And then like a little bit later when they're like full on buddies working together, like that felt so satisfying and earned. And then Raita's been getting some cool little bits here and there. And Akko's she's just shit. She's just the worst character in the show. They completely fucked her up. Every Akko episode is trash. I'm sorry. I really wanted to like Akko, but it just feels like every episode with her is the most stereotypical, borderline offensive bullshit.
I can kind of see it, but also I need to rewatch, like just to make sure, because I took Jetman very quickly. I don't know. I also liked her. Like she's good. Like I think she probably works better like with other characters rather than like.
Oh yeah, she's a great supporting character. I like her kind of playing little sister to Kaori or little sister to Guy and Ryu, telling them to get their shit together, or like best friend to Raita, them going off and clowning around. But whenever she's doing things on her own, or she gets like a dedicated episode, it just feels like Inoue can't write teenage girls.
At least not yet.
And I don't know if those episodes specifically were written by Inoue, so it might have been someone else.
Not yet, because Haruka's. But yeah, I think that wraps up 2022 in Tokusatsu.
Oh my god, it's the last TWIT of the year.
The end of season 2.
We did it! Yay! This actually is season 2. Season 3 will be when we hit 104 episodes.
Why?
So we're close. Because it's 52, like a Toei Tokusatsu show.
We didn't do that last time.
Yes, we did. At 52 is when I changed the lunch meeting.
No, we did that when the New Year started.
No, that was at episode 52.
Maybe that's when the New Year started.
It's right around the same time. We're almost at episode 100 at the moment.
Are we going to do anything special for 100th episode?
We'll get Tim back. We'll get Jake back. We'll get Boingo back. It'll be a clusterfuck.
We're freaking the Discord meetings be like.
We'll do a commentary on Mighty Morphin Power Rangers the movie.
Episode 47 or like 46.
What?
Guy Fieri form. That was the first episode of season 2.
Oh,
and that was the first episode of the year. This is the end of season 2.
Fuck! How'd I get that wrong?
Get good. Anyway, how you doing?
I hate podcasting.
Yeah. I don't hate.
This is bad. Throw the whole show in the trash. Just start over.
TWIT rebooted.
TWIT Beyond coming 2024.
Oh, why do we have to wait a year for the reboot?
Because we gotta get a new art style going. We gotta cast a bunch of extras. we gotta make a new theme song. It's a lot of work. There's a lot of work involved in rebooting a podcast. You'll see, Buster. I'll guide you through the process. But why don't you, before we go, tell all the people where they can find you on the internet?
I'm True Buster. Usually, I am the True Buster, is what my YouTube ad says. I do videos on Toku and a lot of other stuff. Last video I posted was the Heisei Kamen and a retrospective, and there's more on the way soon. Soon. They're Toku videos and non-Toku videos, so enjoy those. Go subscribe to my YouTube channel. Go subscribe to all of our YouTube channels, and freaking follow me on Twitter. Please don't be a spot.
Hey, I'm the Vacuuminator. I make YouTube videos. I would say about Tokusatsu, and I would say video essays, but that's all about to change. And you can learn more about that by going and subscribing to youtube.com/thevacuuminator, because I'll have a new video out later today, probably. Maybe it actually drops a little bit before this. I don't know. I haven't started editing it yet, and I will after I edit and upload this. So, yeah, go check out my channel, @thevacuuminator. Follow me on Twitter, @thevacuuminator. On Tumblr, @thevacuuminator. And on Instagram, @the_vacuuminator. But, folks, that's it for this week in Tokusatsu. We'll see you back here next week for... Oh my god, we'll see you back here next year for whatever happens in Tokusatsu.